What's going on, you guys? This is New York Adventurer 1994 here, and today is Tuesday, November 30th, 2021. And I have some great news for you guys who hate hurricanes so much. Today is the last day of hurricane season. Therefore, it just ended today. It's the end of hurricane season. So, originally the season starts out on June 1st, and then the original ending is November 30th. Yeah, that's like the original start to end, but sometimes hurricanes or tropical storms could form in like May. And it's really rare for a hurricane or tropical storm to form in December. So, I'm going to talk about what really happened throughout this hurricane season, because this season was so chaotic. It's the third most active hurricane season on record after 2005 and 2020, when they used that supplementary list. Because they used all 21 names. And we actually used all 21 names this year. But we never got to a second list because it was only active in like August and September, and then the activity just died down. And only Wanda formed in like the end of October into November. The original ending to the season was November 7th, 2021, on Daylight Savings Ending Time, because that's when Tropical Storm Wanda dissipated. So, this season started out with Anna, and the surprise was we had a hurricane named Elsa, which is a character from Frozen. It's actually the 8th anniversary of when I saw it in theaters after Thanksgiving, back in 2013. Yeah. Hold on, a plane's passing. So therefore, we had a Frozen character name as a hurricane. This name actually replaced Tropical Storm Erica because it did a lot of damage. But now we have Elsa now. And it was only a Cat 1 hurricane in Florida. We actually had it, believe it or not. But we only got like heavy rain and some flooding, while the winds were like on the other side of the storm. So we didn't really get any winds. It was like a nighttime tropical storm. And I checked out the window and I saw nothing except heavy rain. This took place in between July 8th and July 9th of 2021. Yeah, and then it went quiet for the rest of July. And then we had three tropical disturbances, which were Tropical Storm Fred, Grace, and Henri. Grace was the first major hurricane of the season, a Cat 3, and Hurricane Henri was actually a threat to us once. It was a New England threat and a Long Island threat. It was going to make landfall on August 22nd as a Cat 1 hurricane, which was really terrifying. I received a hurricane warning on August 20th at like 5 p.m. That was actually the day my grandmother died, believe it or not. I spent like 2 days preparing for this monster. And then Saturday night, the path, I was no longer in the path of Henri. And the wind speeds were dying down, and the next morning, we were just getting heavy rain and some breezes from the storm. While the storm weakened back into a tropical storm and passed just east of Montauk, the east end of Long Island. So Montauk was hit good, but not that bad. Some crazy people were getting selfies by this hurricane in Montauk. I mean, it's understandable because you don't see this come along every season, but it's very dangerous. Amagassett also got some winds from it. Well, everyone else just got heavy rain in like New York City and Long Island, but a little bit of a breeze. Why? Because it was moving clockwise. Yeah, it was like in the New England area for 2 days before it died down. The next day we got more rain, but it was as bad as Sunday was with all that flooding. We did get a sun shower, which was a good thing. Like, it was a good sign that Henri was leaving. Yeah, I have a video of that sun shower. That was actually the time when we postponed our Disney trip to September because of my grandmother passing and because of Hurricane Henri. Because I didn't want to leave our animals in the dark while we were gone. It's a good thing I did postpone, regardless. It was mainly because my grandmother wasn't doing well anymore. And she had a slim chance of making it alive out of the hospital. She was not coming home. Yeah, we also moved the funeral to the end of the week because of the hurricane. And then August 29th, on Katrina's 16th anniversary, Hurricane Ida, a Cat 4 hurricane, made landfall in Louisiana, destroying the eastern side of Louisiana. New Orleans had no power. A lot of places got very bad impacts. This storm was really strong. That even when it weakened to a remnant low, it was still pretty strong. That New York City and other East Coast cities, mostly in the Northeast, were flooded. It was badly flooded. They were underwater for a few days. A lot of people's apartments were flooded, whoever lived on the first floor. And for this part, this neighborhood had no power for 2 hours while I was asleep. It was overnight, a transformer got zapped by a lightning bolt. But the winds weren't so bad. It was the lightning bolt that did the trick. I'm gonna make a part 2.